Hey, and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to take a look at the song Tears in the Rain by Joe Satriani. This song works really well on both steel string acoustic guitars and nylon string guitars. The original recording was definitely done using a nylon string guitar, but since I don't own one anymore myself, I'll use my steel string Ridgewood guitar for this lesson. So let's jump straight into the song. The first part is actually the hardest one because we have to do a stretch here. What we're playing is a variation of an A minor at 11 chord. And for that we need to place the pinky on the 7th fret of the D string, the middle finger on the 5th fret of the G string, and the index finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And at the same time the open high E also has to ring. That definitely takes some practice. Back when I first learned the song and hadn't been playing guitar for very long yet, I actually learned it without this stretch. Instead of playing this high A here, I simply used the open A string, which is exactly how Joe Satriani himself plays it later on in the second part of the song. So if you're still struggling with this stretch, feel free to try it that way as well. After a while, once you get used to it, you'll also be able to play the original version here. Now let's play the first part properly with the A minor at 11 chord. We pluck from the D string down to the high E string and then back up to the G string. We always have 6/8 notes, which means that in every bar we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 notes. This stays almost the same throughout the entire song, only a few spots leave this pattern. Here it is again slowly. After that we move to this D minor 6 at 9 with F in the bass chord. It's basically a G7 triad with an additional open high E string. The picking pattern stays the same. Then we move to an E7 flat 9 over G sharp chord, and for that just move the G7 triad up a minor third and then it'll sound like this. And don't let the sound confuse you here. On the B string we have an F and then again the open high E string. And this can sound a bit confusing because the open high E string actually sounds lower than the fretted note we're playing here. Just take a look at the tablature first and maybe loop this chord for a while on its own. This whole thing is played twice. So you go from here to here to here and then back. And then you play it once more. From here, we move to an A minor flat 13 chord, which also needs some practice at first because the pinky sits above the ring finger, and that can be a challenge for many people when fretting the chord. It's also an inversion of an F major 7 chord. You can see that I'm using a bar with my index finger, even though I'm actually only playing one note here. I personally find this easier, especially because the next chord, A minor, is also played with a bar using the index finger, but then on the 5th fret. So here we pluck the A minor flat 13 chord, and then an A minor chord, both using the same picking pattern. And this is also played twice. After that, we play an F major 7 chord here in the first 3 frets twice. Then we move to this E7 with F in the bass chord, which we also play twice. Next we play a simple A minor chord but with E in the bass, an E7 chord, and this short melody. You can play this melody entirely with the thumb of your right hand. Now we get to the part I already mentioned earlier, which is a bit easier to play. The higher notes stay the same as in the intro, but now we use the open A string down here, which makes everything easier and also makes sense because this part is played a little faster than the intro. Apart from that, everything else stays the same. And instead of playing the A minor flat 13 chord again, this one here, we now play the same chord shape on the top 3 strings, but this time with the open D string in the bass. This turns it into a D minor 9 chord. After that, we move to this C major 7 add 13 chord. Then to a B minor 7 add 11 chord. This version of an E7 chord. A D minor 7 chord with A in the bass. And an A minor chord. And then we play all of that once more up to the C major 7 add 9 chord. And here's the whole part once more. The next chord we play is pretty cool because if we move it down by 3 semitones, we always keep the same notes, just in a different order. This chord is called a fully diminished 7th chord. We start here on the 11th fret and play the notes G sharp, D, F, and B. In this order, the chord is called G sharp fully diminished 7. If we now move it down 3 frets, we play F, B, D, and G sharp, which gives us F fully diminished 7. Another 3 frets down, we get D, G sharp, B, and F, which is D fully diminished 7. Another 3 frets down, we have B, F, G sharp, and D. Now we slightly change the fingering shape and play G sharp on the low E string, then our open B string, then B, then another D here. Then we play this F diminished 7 chord right here. Then we play A minor over E, or A minor with E in the bass. And then this E chord. And the whole thing ends on A minor. We play it like this. Then start from the D string. Then go up here for the same chord. And then we play these two with a major and a minor 6th. And then the whole thing ends on A. But you can also tap this note on the 12th fret here. And that's it for this tutorial. As I said, apart from the stretch at the beginning, the song is actually not that hard to play, but it sounds really beautiful. You can also take some of these chords and use them for your own ideas, which is always a great thing. I hope you were able to learn the song well and have fun with it. If you'd like me to explain other songs as well, let me know in the comments. Feel free to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any new videos. And then I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye.